get the brand new limited edition Pals Holiday Package available at thepalsmerch.com. Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Sub-Zero-X-Tabyte, and today we are going to be doing something really good today. I mean something really good and something really new. Now with that said, I am just going to be building a cool new house. And we have been building some new houses for a while now, so that gets pretty complacent pretty fast. But right now we are building something new for something spectacular. So please take notes with everything that I am going to be doing today. So just make sure that whatever I am doing right now will be something that you can learn a thing or two from, and then we can go on and go out and about so that we can actually finish this thing today. Because this is not going to be just any freaking house, you guys. This is going to be the biggest house that you have ever seen. But hold your horses, because first we are going to be making a rainbow sword forging house, and then, well, you will see by the time that we get to that. But I can assure you that it is going to rock your freaking socks off, so be cautious for that, in case you really like your socks. Now this might become a little annoying though, because it will be taking a lot of work to get finished. Now of course we all know that sometimes we get annoyed in this game, right? I mean, we all have our differences, and usually they are only short lasting and they never really get that much out of hand, right? Well, today is the day that I snapped. I am just done with it right now. Again and again I keep having these people finding out where I live, and it is just driving me nuts. Now I have already tried training them in order to make them respect me and know a thing or two about the game. Now that did not work at all, because that literally just blew up in my face. Then I have gone the complete other way around, and I just started planting traps everywhere, which again just ended up blowing up in my face, taking my house with them. Then I gave the training another shot, which did not work at all. And then after that everything got pretty calm again. But then people started stealing out of my chest, and that is when I went into full defense mode again, and I started hiding the chests that I own just so that people cannot get to them. I mean, a lot of stupid stuff has happened throughout the last couple of weeks, but you know, I guess that this is just my life right now. Even though I must confess that the things that we have been doing the last week are pretty okay. I mean, there were no sightings of random people who tried to mess with me or anything like that, so that is something that I really do appreciate right now. Now that does not mean that everything is over and said and done and all of that, because it is not. I can feel that a war is coming. I am just not sure about the timing of said war. It might be coming soon, but it might not. Right now I cannot give a clear answer on that. But what is necessary for me and my morale right now is that we get this house done. I mean, just look at how good we are doing with this house right now. So just take a look. And by the way, I hope that you are paying close attention, because I am not going to show you this again. But once we are done with this house, I will have a new and cool rainbow sword to build for myself. And of course you guys too, if you follow along. That is like the best idea that I have ever come up with right now. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to the chest/stealing problem. So that was a pretty awesome thing, to be honest. But I was able to apply that same idea that I used on the chest problem, and I am going to be putting it to work with the housing problem that I have got right now. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something is telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of building this, because otherwise I would have to start all over again when I am almost done. But that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods that this will all work out in one go this time, since I have to make this a lot better for this to work. This is going to be hard, but it is just something that I will have to cope with until everything right here has all been sorted out. And I can tell you that when the day comes, I am going to be celebrating so hard that it actually is pretty insane to myself. I mean, I am going to be excited like crazy once I am all done with this thing, because I just think that after all this time that I just deserve a little break from everything right now. I mean, we have been through a lot the last couple of months, and I mean, this house is actually going to be pretty hard to build, so I have to watch out for that as well, since we otherwise will end up with a house that looks like doo-doo. And we already made a lot of noob houses, so that is not in my interest right now. But that was the point where all of the noobs game tagging along and starting invading all of my personal space. And I know that all of this sounds really familiar and stuff. And to be honest, the last couple of months I have just been a broken record running over and over and over again. So I am just going to be hoping that this rainbow approach to my sword actually works. Otherwise, like I just said, I am going to be real cool man. Okay, maybe not a cool man because it is not like the houses are that cool. But I am just going to be making sure that once I get this done that I am going to go right back to bed for like a week. Because right now I actually am kind of a dead man when it comes to this. I mean, there is no such thing as getting too much sleep for me right now. Because right now it just feels like I am not even doing anything anymore. All day long I am just roaming around my house and stuff without a thought, and I am just so tired that I have got no idea what to go do. But then when I think that I might be able to go to bed, and the second that my head hits my pillowcase, there is another person at my door and I have got to get up again to be able to defend the fort. I mean, there is not worse feeling than this. But all of that will soon come to an end because I actually feel confident about this right now. Well, I guess that building this thing will probably give me some directions. So with just starting the project, I guess I could say that I am halfway done already, right? I mean, it is not like some Lego build. This is some serious big freaking sword that I am about to go and construct. So forgive me if it takes like an insane amount of time to finally get done, because you know, I am learning on the fly with this thing. So maybe you could just build along with me, since I am going to be building this thing like slow as poop. And that might not help with the interesting part of the video, but I mean, at least we can all have a little learning experience by building something like this. So let's say that we can actually build this amazing sword that is big enough to slay like an insane amount of things with it. I am looking for this thing on the top of all of the stuff that we have already done. So I am not sure if that will actually help me in the building process, but I am going with the fact that it probably will not help me with that. So let's just hope that we do not end up failing right now or anything. But something that will be worth my while right now will be this new sword. I have got lots of new recipes to use for this new adventure stuff, but of course the sword is an essential in Minecraft, so I will just have to make sure that I am able to use this just like any other sword, even though it is slightly bigger, but I think that it will be able to work right now. I mean, I am pretty good with a sword anyway, so I think that I will do just fine with this long thing right here. This thing is really insanely strong, you guys. I am just slaying these pigs with one slice of the sword. It is like just this slight flick of the wrist and they are just done for. This is awesome. I wonder what more I can make with this when this thing is already this strong. I might just go out and try to make an even longer long sword, you know. Who knows what I would be able to make with something like that. Maybe I can build a really large trebuchet and I can go on and slay noobs with that thing. And if you do not know what a trebuchet is, well then shame on you and go Google it right now, dude. But to be honest, everything that has happened here since I have been here has been pretty good for me. But like I was saying just a second ago, there have been a lot of things happening around here after I first came here. So I had a little casa a couple of miles to the north of here, but that got blown up after some noob sprung a booby trap that I had set up. So that was kind of my own fault, I guess. But of course I am not here to confess to my own stupidity. But after all of that happened, I decided to just move on and become a changed man. And I did actually become a changed man. And life has been great ever since that happened, and I am loving it. I helped out another noob and helped him become an actual professional Minecraft pro. And I had a video about circles, and if you have no idea what I am talking about, well then you should go watch that video as well. Let's just say that something happened to my Minecraft world and all of a sudden all of my beloved squared and cubes were just gone. So it was a really weird video, even for me. So I would highly recommend for you to go watch that video again. Now with this rainbow sword you can literally throw down with some noobs. That was a pun, by the way. There is just something cool about these new game mods videos, just because there have been like a lot of stale game modes lately, and I feel like this is something that does not get as stagnant as the others, because this is basically just something else. Like every time that we are playing it, there are just so many surprises in this game mode that there always is something new to do, and I really think that this is just very cool, and I feel like that is something that I really need right now. Maybe right now we have something that we call clickbait, and I feel like we do need something that is really clickbait. I am kidding, I really never do something clickbait like that. I am just not that person, of course. And that was no sarcasm at all this time around. Okay, please people, I am not even kidding right now. I actually feel like everyone just thinks that I am kidding right now, but I am not. So if you would just want to leave me alone right now so that I can just get my stuff together again and make some more clickbait. Oh my, never mind, I just bamboozled myself by saying that. I am really stupid right now. So what are we actually doing here, you are asking? Well, that is something that I cannot give you a clear answer on. I mean, these caves are fun and stuff, but they do not really seem to take me anywhere. Oh wait, never mind, they are taking me somewhere. And they are actually taking me to the bottom of YouTube. That is right, these noobs right here are doing all that. Wait, that is not a good thing. Well, they are taking me to the bottom of the map, but these noobs should be taking me even lower to the bottom, but that is like something that I would not really need to do. So if some people would just help me out with these noobs, because I might actually get one of these things to put in my home, so that I can kind of get a noob to put in my bedroom or my basement, or in my kitchen. And of course also a noob to go in my living room. And then of course I would really like a golden noob or something like that, because it would just look really good, I think. Or is that something that you guys think is a little too much? I mean, I think it would be cool. Now I do not want to get all repetitive to you guys when it comes to my content, because my content is always very original and non-clickbait like, so I do not want you guys to start thinking any less of me right now. There is just too much at stake when it comes to the channel and to the people and you guys, and I am not about to throw all of that away just because I am starting to become lazy. Well, let me tell you this then, because I am not lazy, nor will I ever become lazy. Okay, never mind, I might actually be like very lazy, but that does not matter because there is just a lot of stuff that I have to do, so there is just no time to be lazy around these days anymore. So this sub is changing from a lazy dude to an awesome dude, and there is nothing that you can go ahead and do about it, because even though the Lunar New Year has arrived, and it was crowned to be the year of the rooster, I am going to be changing it up and calling this the year of the Sub-Zero Exabyte. Actually, that might just be a little too much for a nice slogan or a catchphrase. So how about we just go with this and call 2017 to be the year of the sub? Okay, we are all going to agree on that. Well, that is just cool. Then we can start unpacking the t-shirts and the posters, and we can go change the world today. Or maybe let's just do that tomorrow, because I am really not feeling it today. Oh darn it, I am already falling back into being a lazy guy. Well, that is a bummer to say the least. Not all dreamers are winners, but all winners are dreamers. Your dream is the key to your future. The Bible says that, without a vision or a dream, a people perish. You need a dream if you're going to succeed in anything you do. So with that said, I will just keep on dreaming about winning, and since I am a winner and a dreamer, that will put me in a vicious cycle of winning, and I will not lose ever again. And of course, when I am talking about losing, you guys automatically start saying that I am not a loser and stuff, and that I am like the best person in everything that you guys have ever seen. And I really do appreciate all of that. But sometimes you just need some reflection in life, and I feel like these noobs are the perfect objects for that. But I am pretty sure that I am able to take a win on this one, and let's give it to me, baby. I am ready for this. Give me that win and let me go home again. I mean, I think that we deserve it to get a break from all of this after the noobs basically have been getting back more and more. I mean, there has been a little break in the noob stuff for sure, but that does not mean that nothing has happened within that time period, because there have been a lot of incidents. But I feel like this can get boring really easy if we keep talking about the same topic all the time. But sometimes I just cannot hold it any longer, and I end up throwing a lot of robot noob dummies off of a building, and that is really reasonable if you ask me. I mean, as long as you guys can enjoy it, then I am fine with it, you know. And there is no shame in that, because I do everything for you guys, and I am just ready to make more and more and more videos forever and ever. So I hope that you are ready for that. Now I think that since we are nearing the end of the video, a nice and well done outro is needed, right? Oh, by the way, I mean just me talking. I do not mean that we have gotten ourselves a new outro. Now that will never happen, because the one that we have got right now is good as it is, and I would not change it even if I wanted it to. Now that did not make sense, but that does not matter. Now I do like speeches in outros myself, but that is just my honest opinion on stuff like this right here. To be honest, building this cake home right now also makes me feel at home for some reason, and because I always used to make these things a couple of years back when I was just playing on my own instead of with you guys, but you know, that might actually just be me rambling, to be honest. Who knows actually? I just know that it feels good to be making this thing right now. But of course I am going to keep feeling this feeling of being home and this feeling of nostalgia. So I thought that today I am going to be pursuing that feeling of nostalgia. And I mean, I really love the feeling of nostalgia just because it makes me feel at home. and it gives me a little throwback to my childhood and stuff. So I am just going to go ahead and do whatever it takes to get that nostalgic feeling back into my veins. And that is really something that I long for right now. Even though all of this has nothing to do with the modern house tutorial, I just feel like sometimes it is just good to talk about things like this, because you could just build this house right here, and it would not feel like home. That would be a bad thing, because they always just manage to make me feel some special kind of way, and I think that that is awesome, because there is really just nothing like that at all. And I am not even kidding right now. But with that said, all of the fun is going to be over, and I will leave you with this. So goodbye guys, and have a great day.